place is so spacious. Is this... That's fine and all, but we need to lay down some rules. We're not gonna return to the past to steal things. Do we need to enter that doorway to climb even higher? There seems to be a person.
But how should we get up there?
Let's wait and see.
The path is blocked yet again.
Oryx's 8 always appears in times like this. How convenient.
Receive divinity. Repay.
I do the West Wind. Let me go!
May wandering souls find their own way out.
Look, there's even a platform lift over there. A chest of the past has been left behind, but none of its treasures remain inside.
Make sure you keep it safe.
Wait, what if the miracle suddenly loses its effect?
Ma'am, do you really want me to answer that?
Stay back. Don't come near me.
Huh? Why does he look so panicked? Did the or is he actually scared of his own extraordinary power?
There's no need to be alarmed. We're just passing by the area.
You have a point. While this might once have been the royal vault, it's since been plundered empty.
You've misunderstood us. We simply heard your shout.
My goodness. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I merely saw a warrior. Well...
A warrior? Could it be...
Wait a minute. You seem to be quite different from him. Are you actually alive?
It's a long story.
Thanatos? Who's that?
Is it possible that he's also living in the...
Death. Could it be that you are here to defeat the evil
Pollux.
According to the warriors under the Centurion's command, that evil dragon has been dead for quite a while. The curse that condemns people to death. But they saw a girl within the dragon's embrace.
Pray tell, where is that girl right now?
I've heard that the Queen spared no effort in bringing her back to the castle. Her Majesty intends to control all of Amphorius with this unprecedented power. As for whether this rumor is true...
You have my thanks for the invaluable insight that you've given. Please, treat this touch.
Thank you.
This is his...
Then you granted him death? That isn't like you. You would...
I did it out of sympathy, believing that I wouldn't be racked with agony.
Sympathy? Sympathy for that youth who triumphed in every battle?
That young man was favored by Talantin, who taught him a move that will defeat any mortal enemy with a single blow. and emerge he could rely on that move to always achieve victory during Era Chrysia. However...
You feel that he's similar?
Yes. Since he can never be inferior to others in martial combat, that's why he approached me and pleaded.
You are perhaps feeling lost from making your peace with death.
I have not. I've seen the people of Idonia stand tall and proud in the face of death. Even though they had such proud expressions. Expressions that made me believe death would be an insult to these mortals. If perhaps death's authority was never meant to
I won't refute your beliefs for now. But would you be... It's a fairy tale from foreign lands. A tale told by the Queen.
What? Wait a minute. That means the girl born in the dragon's embrace. The personification...
I've already had an inkling for a while now. But my memories only begin after Aminet brought me to Idonia.
Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Always.
It's yet another eulogistic butterfly. Are we getting closer to the Netherrealm? Make sure you keep it safe.
Ah, this is...
Living ones? Oh, did you hear about the great work that I'm doing here, and have thus arrived to...
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of Pollux? You have, during the age of myth, a time likely before your birth. I was the...
But didn't that dragon already bring death to the world?
Oh, looks like you don't know the whole picture. Well, it's true that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who
So, it's just as I... This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the West Winds. But this...
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it that final ingredient. The final sacrifice is none other than the...
Huh? What's going on? You did...
I know that I am no longer capable of carrying out...
This...
We had been inebriated in Fagusa's feast instead of summoning a supreme god. We encountered unable to rest in peace. These departed spirits engulfed Styx. That child is the only person whom I managed to save. Please, you must nurture her to adulthood.
I promise that I will care for her as a mother. That I will protect...
By Fagusa above, thank you as her mother. Please bless this child with a name.
Oh, like how a transcasteress.
That's... where...
The sound's back.
Living ones, don't waste your time.
Black Mister, please...
Be careful not to suffer the same...
Everyone, hide behind me! I'm okay.
Eternals, the
Dead return!
That's half the work. Destined for oblivion.
As you wish.
No bullying allowed!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
him! Now how are we holding up? Let me go!
Move. Repay. Receive divinity.
We like you.
Eternal step. Dead return!
Embrace a new life.
Still waters of oblivion.
Return to dust.
Here. Our souls. For the feast of strife. On their triumphant return.
Lord Mighty? Lord Mighty. You've been through...
That black tide. I will find my path.
Lord Mighty, I have always wanted to...
I'm the one resisting it. I'll go against the current. That is my destiny.
It seems like he's completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's wisdom. It seems his battlefield is... Lord Mighty, are you willing to travel with us? We're headed for the Matrix inside that tower to summon Thanatos from their prolonged concealment.
Challenge.
That's right. If we can work together and defeat them...
Let the person who has brushed against death countless...
Cass, are you sure you want to do this?
I'm not afraid. Rather than standing still... I've learned something. This is good. Please calm down. If you were to fall into the icy cold river of souls, I'm afraid...
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry one person with each limb and fly the four of us to the other side. The Rune of Recollection is here, but I can't... Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower? That sounds so weird. Forget it. Just leave it. Just shout for me when you need my... Got it! Just leave it.
Mem did it.
The pink squirrel.
The miracle's range is limited. Please come a little closer.
Aren't I a good fit for Orynyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever. The alchemical matrix should be behind this door.
Let's wait.
Is...
Wow, there are so many of you! It's little Cass and little Great Trian. Get what? I'm getting...
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend.
It really Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way, I'm also unable to sense the aura of the—
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not. But Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm. So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living, and
Oh, it must have been—
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at the end. Trian promised Treevy and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would— So, little Cass, we finally finished it.
This is what Lady Treeby once mentioned. The gift for me.
The Holy Maiden of Janus. Even when separated by—
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this.
It's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady Trian.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before, but little Cass no longer has anything to fear now. Because
Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that it's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I wore a dress personally made by looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible. I took countless photos in the past, if I had known.
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to take a—
Sadly, being departed souls, our images cannot be captured in the—
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
There won't be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little Cass smiled. Treevy, Trinan, and Trian's wishes finally come true!
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Thank you for bringing me.
Gee. Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mister's life.
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely! Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
Lady Trian.
The aura of this place. We have indeed— If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living. I have broken free from the chains of death countless times. This time will be no different. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord Mighty.
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even I will continue to fight till I die, then rise from death.
There is one more thing.
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and—
I see.
that all? Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Do you have a strategy to...
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I...
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile men. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a...
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. Anestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up her mind. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather precious.
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human, and...
According to that alchemist, the final piece is, however, he is not privy to the past, and therefore cannot see the full picture.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kethely's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them. The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, that's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything.
You mean... Pollux?
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be and that's why... We have to reforge its body with the power of...
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the dragon body?
According to those departed spirits, I was indeed born as the dragon's twin. But before we talk about that, have you heard the sighs?
I heard them too. So what are those?
I think it's probably the sign of Pollux's wish being... They must have realized how heavy a price they'd need to pay when they used their divine authority to resurrect a dead woman. That's why they never saw their wish fulfilled and fell so prematurely. All because they wanted to give me that wish is the reason Pollux's soul still lingers in the...
So instead of picking up...
We were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here.
But all of this is just a hypothesis, right? What if we go through with the ritual?
That's fine. As Professor Anaxa often reminds us, such is the nature of alchemy. The true outcome can only... Now, the puzzle of Pollux's yearnings is nearly complete. With only one, I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the alchemical matrix. Lady Trianne has already drawn a picture of my entire life.
What happened in the past is destined to return. I won't stand still to delay this encounter.
the ritual begin. And now, the objective is such as what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrified. If even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, Lady Almanette.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can communicate with.
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
Yes. You're just as smart.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you.
The world of the dead.
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Casterus, but you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure you that...
Well, Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued from where you stand now. I suppose that's a bit hard to believe.
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the era Chrysia...
I have pondered the same question.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent, but I still can't take that as the final answer.
I take it the one who spoke. However, did find some inspiration.
Please enlighten me, Lady Almanette. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor... But what if I rephrase...
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the so-called era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death not out of fascination, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the...
Therefore, death is not a thing.
That's right, Casterus. It is the if you truly intend to deprive...
I understand, Lady Almanette. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Nestia's love was the chrysalis of gold's first blessing. But if the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia wouldn't have played midwife in delivering. And I thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
That which is seized must be repaid.
myself again. Once we eradicate this hatred and I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back. Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fuel running up within them.
Mimi, Mimi! It's colliding eventually! Let me go!
Return to dust!
Please. Don't turn back to the Nether Realm.
Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I was finally able to pick up these I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Netherrealm. Just like you. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now. They may look scary, but as long as...
What's wrong?
Are you...
What's wrong with him?
His time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid his soul will return to Thanatos.
What? Oh no! Is there anything we can do?
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazer's right. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return. All right?
I'm the best at taking care of. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets. That's not funny!
It's a deal then. Please. Wait for me. After all that, you still ended up back here. So the legends were true. Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then. Is that you? Do you? I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before. I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier. However, since you recognize the name... Yes. I'm here to reforge the... You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, just like... Can you tell me about the last Erhan? What did you do, Polixia? A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins, but fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the That trial was indeed recorded in that memory. Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could ascend, but I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered the forbidden bottom line for life and death. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her, but our fates were already decided and manifested in unexpected. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. When the living die, if the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, that's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment. Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands. The half of Thanatos that represents life. The undying human who grants death. Then, what about... As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of from then on. My Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle of life and death stopped. What irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world a fate. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring in endless loneliness. Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even as we walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good... I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste.
Even though I forced the authority of granting death to humanity.
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't be discussing. I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land, because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Nor can the hand of shadow determine a person's remaining, because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no point in Thanatos' existence?
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death on their own. Not even a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy.
You, too. We've taken quite the ridiculous journey together. I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries, watching day after. I always hoped I would see you among them. But I was also afraid. But
I know. But don't you see, you don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. So, let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were all, let's tend the field together, and create a warm sea of flowers for all this. What do you think, Polixia?
yes, just one last step. You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains. As foretold by the prophecy, Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to... Our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before. But unlike that time...
You've made up your mind?
Yes, as dictated by fate. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able to give this like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly into the nether realm, perching.
I will. After this, I will remain permanent. The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear count.
Just one last thing.
Of course.
Please.
I promise you. When we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's name, I will still hold you tightly in my arms.
Casterus, you're as beautiful.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Time flies. When this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scale.
No need to ask so many times.
Then why do you drag your feet?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying it.
Such harsh words. As I see it.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I did not.
I know myself better than you think I do.
And they say men whose end. Well, that is exactly.
Should I thank you?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have it?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer.
You were saying that
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their deaths, unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, for all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. That is, until I met a girl named Polixia, and her if Castorus was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reason. If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hype...
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If they...
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess. Besides, I, an Exagoras, am destined. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic words. Fine. So
let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war hear you. Let them hear the voices of the people!
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly...
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to...
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really wanted...
Nothing ever is...
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing.
To tell the truth, So...
No, I don't. Because that question is not your... Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself... You still have time, so give it some thought. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Thank you, Professor Anax.
That's an Exagoras to you.
Who...
That'll depend on how well you perform.
Actually, not necessarily.
Elders and citizens, silence. Feinen of Ides Elysiae. Virtue...
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for a...
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really...
Can this dude really face down kindness?
Actually, not necessarily. Find things remaining the way they are.
By Kephali above. Dear citizens, as you look upon me, so too do I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the... Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world...
What?
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise, because she, and all that she nurtured, all that... I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Why, Fina? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the Black Tide. A looming threat that can bring Akuma to its knees any time. Much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod, by now the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the Strife demigod.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akuma still
Exactly! The city of Akuma shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akuma from calamity. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaia will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this, rather than offering the answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akuma's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with
You insolent whelp! How—
It is true that Aglaia has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. Not once has she ever failed Akuma. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akuma. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest for Aglaia, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our... And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to a steadfast and unwavering promise.
Absolutely right. The Chrysos heirs have only our best interests in mind. I still don't understand.
At the present time, on the scales of Talenton, those who call for the each faction holds an equal share of votes.
As expected. This is the moment when the flame chase journey is the closest.
And now, it's yours.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last.
I have long since made a decision.
Very well.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to... Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphor... But before that, In the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interests of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time like this?
Lord Anaxa, please do.
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa. Rule number 2.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
Your vote. Cast your vote. I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will explore?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation? Oh, Xerxes. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question. And we need only to follow the sound of the tides.
Phew. Well done, child. Just as I foresaw.
Teacher.
What a twist. You cherish the truth. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms. As the sage of the Venerationists, go forth. Go now, child. And when you reach the end of this...
You have my word, sir.
May Circe safeguard you.
You are right, Empedocles. May we meet again.
What are you waiting for?
Silence! Behold, Xerxes. Here at the center of... For this place is but one step away.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus. The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else! Elder Kindness, I have deciphered the truth of this world!
With the balance shattered...
No! Anaxa, what have you done? I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment.
Have you forgotten?
You put on such a grand performance, just to aid their
Performance? If you really understood me, Lady Kindness. Because I alone...
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spy have observed that Akama has...
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. By your leave, Lord Lygus.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. What is this performance?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on... But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kephales's name?
Nonsense! That's impossible! What is he getting at? Of course not!
No one? Must I pick? Very well. You, the one acting so wise. No? Fine. Next.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then.
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this.
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you... Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare... Everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true! Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesized demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday, and the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the Titan. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is pure blasphemy!
It's impossible.
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all—
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with a god through alchemy, and learned the truth behind—
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face—
By the gods, he—
Don't be careful. We're carefully involved.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon.
You...
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Agama's Codex, as the only demigod among us, you shall...
The honor is mine.
Elders and citizens, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany. First, Elder Kindness of Akima, and Lygus, in the names of Talantin and Kefali. Akima...
Yes!
That's what... Curse. Now, concerning Anaxagoras, in the names of Talantin and Kefali, the accused...
Professor...
Let him! Let him! Let him!
What decision will he...
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya.
Let him die!
Then, in O Talantin on high,